Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Shadowed City podcast, The Shadows Within. I am your host, Larry. A few shout outs. I want to give a shout out to the UWA. I'm not able to watch their show because they're up in the UK and they don't really have like a platform for streaming, but I want to shout out to their show that happened yesterday. I guaranteed it was a success and I can't wait to see the photos that come out with it. Good job, guys. For real. Keep up the good work. Also, a big shout out also to the IWF with their next show coming up. Good stuff on them. I have some shows to go over and a few announcements after that. Stay tuned, everybody. Now, ROV crowning champions. To kick us off, we had a fatal four-way tornado tag ladder match. Nels Wade and Rome. It was for the ICW Tag Team Championships, by the way. Nels Wade and Rome versus the Red Reapers, Travell Daniel and Keith Hunt, versus Jaquil and Akane, versus the Red Wolves, Buster Anderson and Big T, with Rome and Nels Wade walking out the champions. Scrapyard Brawl. Ghost Edwards versus the Combat Genius, and it looked like Finn Balor came out to help Ghost Edwards. Logan Paul came out to help out Combat Genius, with Combat Genius walking away victorious. Fatal four-way, Dirty Diana versus Akira Frost versus Rose Wilson versus Reagan Anderson, with Akira Frost walking away victorious. Elimination Chamber, AJ Woods versus Rusty Steele versus Damian Graves versus the American Badass John Wigginton versus the Dog Rob Anderson versus Larry the Butcher for the Lockdown Championship, with AJ Woods walking out the champion. And in the main event, it was KD versus Max King, with KD walking away victorious. Next up for WCCW, Jay Vega. Hold on, Jay Vega versus Pitbull Marshall versus Mr. Take Yo Girl, Joe Fox versus CJ Frost, with Joe Fox walking away victorious. Maisha Wolf, Platinum versus Mina Oxleaks, however you say that. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Please let me know. With Mina Oxlex walking away victorious. Ali Nasir Mohammed and Baron Crom versus Eric Knight and Desmo Jr., with Eric Knight and Desmo Jr. walking away victorious. Falls Count Anywhere fatal four-way, Davu Baz versus Lady Blue versus Diamond Rose versus Kalia the Dark Wolf, with Davu Baz walking away victorious. Cora Desmo versus B-More, with Cora Desmo walking away victorious. The Monarch Calypso versus the Chi Driller Big Ben, with Big Ben walking away victorious. Ako Shua Tanaka Tarekwa, if I pronounce that name wrong, please let me know. Don't think I've ever got this name right. Versus Lauren Castronova versus Soulbreaker Dawn, with Lauren Castronova walking away victorious. And in the main event, Kaiva Frost versus Jeannie Jaw, with Kaiva Frost walking away victorious. DSEW had our first fun show after so long. Excited for that. Inferno match between Stan Murphy and Eddie Walker, with Eddie Walker walking away victorious. Dumpster match, the Crow Man versus Slender Man, with Slender Man walking away victorious. I Quit, Angelina West versus Nikki Blackheart, with Angelina West walking away victorious. Three Stages of Hell, Casket, Ambulance, and if necessary Inferno, Sabu versus Shorty the Clown, with Sabu walking away victorious by winning the Casket and Ambulance. No need for the third one, which was going to be Inferno. A 8-way scrapyard match between Jacqueline Haynes, Lewis West, Jaquil, Jack Graves, Jumbo, Buster Anderson, Viva Van, and Elvira, with Jumbo walking away victorious. GPW HOH pop-up show. No Holds Barred. It was mystery versus mystery. All these matches were basically, we did not know who was going to win until like it actually happened. You know what I'm saying? But it was a no holds barred to kick us off. Juan Sanchez versus Chase, with Juan Sanchez walking away victorious. 5-way tables elimination. Jake King versus Blade. Actually, 6-way. Bobo the Clown, Lil Devil, Aku, and Rome, with Jake King walking away victorious. Isaac Frost versus Blade versus Jack Frost, Falls Count Anywhere, with Blade walking away victorious. TLC Fatal 5-way, John Robb versus Blade versus Damian Graves versus Jeremiah Capone versus Big T, with Blade walking away victorious. Scrapyard 8-way, Blade versus Rome versus Adam Skull versus Gang Mac versus Jay Blaze versus Ace Green versus John Robb versus Blaze Vortex, with Blaze Vortex walking away victorious. Izzy Frost versus Keith Hunt, with Izzy Frost walking away victorious. The Demon versus Adrian Danger, with the Demon walking away victorious. Tornado Tag Ranger Zero and Ranger Rogue versus Blade and Slayer, with the Rangers walking away victorious. Welcome, Wes Grimm, the King of Chaos himself. I'm doing pretty good, sir. I had a fun night last night. Got a little bit tipsy, you know. How are you doing today? I hope you are well. Thinking about having a Pepsi, actually. I need a Pepsi. Need a refill on Pepsis. I do have some announcements to go over regarding shows coming up, everybody. Hold on. So coming up, we have SPW High Times on April 19th. Yeah, I appreciate that. And I'm glad that you're doing good. I appreciate that though. Like, for some reason, I don't really get like hangovers. I just wake up early, and I already wake up early in general when I'm not drunk. So like, I don't know. I guess it's just like a thing. Like, if I wake up, I wake up. Like, I don't really have those issues with the hangovers ever. Yeah. It's been a weird thing as of late, so I guess, hey, new things you learn, right? On April 19th will be SPW High Times. Stay tuned for that. Get your blunts ready. IZW Forged in Blood will be on April 7th. TXT target's been identified, date to be determined. IWA Russell Madness 2, date to be determined. IWA Next Gen Homecoming, date to be determined. TPEW Shattered Expectations, Wolves Den, the men versus the ladies of Vixen's Flames at that MTM pay-per-view. Stay tuned for that, possibly this Saturday. If anything changes, we'll let y'all know. And we should be having Takedown next week, of course, as our usual scheduled programming for TPEW. And of course, it would be Wolves Den Monday, Wednesday MTM, Friday would be Vixen's Flames, and then Saturday should be the pay-per-view. And for Breaking Kayfabe on March 31st, I will have Silfrina on. For April 1st, I will have Hex on. And for April 4th, I will have Hybrid on, which should be also a huge honor. All of them should be huge honors. I'm ready to get their story out there. And yeah, I'm excited, and I hope y'all are as well. Welcome, Mr. Jan Matza. How was it at the show yesterday, my friend? How are you feeling? A good morning Pepsi always makes the day go better. What are you guys drinking on, actually? Guys having anything morning to drink? Or even had breakfast yet? And that's basically what I had to go over at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Um, I'll keep you guys updated. By the way, there should be an Anarchy Archives today, with me and Mr. Logan Slater. If anything changes on that, we'll always delay it to another day, but we should be free to go live today. Stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, I want to say I hope everybody has a great day, good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever y'all may be. Peace out.